Welcome, everyone. Hi, so excited to be here. My name is Barr Moses. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Monte Carlo, a data reliability platform. We help companies accelerate their adoption of data by reducing data downtime and increasing their trust in the data. And I'm very excited to be here with Manu Raj, Senior Director of Data Platform Analytics at PagerDuty, to hear about data, the role of reliability, and its importance today. Thrilled to have you here, and thank you for taking the time to chat.
Thank you, Bart. I'm very excited to be part of the both Monte Carlo and PagerDuty journey, and I manage the data platform here at PagerDuty.
Fantastic. So let's kick this off. Can you maybe share a little bit about sort of the role of the data platform team at PagerDuty? Who are your customers? Tell us a little bit about sort of what the work looks like.
Absolutely. So PagerDuty's business data platform team's mandate is to provide our customers with trusted data anytime, anywhere, that is easy to understand, and that should enable their efficient decision making. So most critical part of that role is data governance, data quality, security, infrastructure operations. Our customers kind of include pretty much all the departments in PagerDuty, which includes finance, executives, product, customer success, engineering, and sales and marketing. So in that, we also support external customers through supporting our customer success, and it's an indirect support through various data requests and other things that our customers ask. So we also provide that data as well to our internal customers.
Awesome. And so, based on that, what are some of the sort of type of data challenges that sort of you run into? Maybe you can share a little bit about what that looks like.
Sure. So like most SaaS companies, we use a lot of SaaS cloud applications. That includes range from Salesforce, NetSuite, Zora, Marketo, Coupa, and Clickstream data, our own internal product data. So as you can imagine, like all companies, different kinds of data, structured data, unstructured data, as well as data coming in at different cadences, real-time batch, and also at different granularities, are all part of the overall data ecosystem here at PagerDuty. The challenges are PagerDuty is fast growing. The business is changing continuously, quarter by quarter. Active decisions have to be taken at fast. We look at our product, everything is data driven, or decisions are data driven. So we have to be agile, and that is a part of, and that is the biggest challenge that we also face, how to make sure the quality of the data is up to that, up to what our business customers want, and how to enable them to make faster decisions. Our data SLAs range from some real time to batch, which is like 15 minutes to day wise. That ranges differently. But essentially, the hunger for data is never satisfied. That is all I can say about the challenges. So I think the dynamic nature of business is what drives data challenges for me.
Absolutely. It's no small feat to not just only collect the data, store it, aggregate it, transform it, make sure it's usable for your data consumers, and then that they can also trust it. Yes. Sort of a huge sort of process to do. And you're right, seems like there's always more folks who want to consume more and more of it, which is great. But how do you do that at scale and in a fast growing company, right? So how do you think about incident management for the data engineering team in particular? Like what are some of the, sort of how have you thought about that? And, as part of that, how do you think about data observability as part of sort of the process leading to increased trust in data?
Sure. Incident management for data engineers, for me, is part of what we call as data operations, which is again an extension of DevOps. So it means tracking, responding, and triaging to data and data pipeline issues. And there I distinguish it as you could have, there are various methods and techniques to monitor data pipelines, but once the data is in the data warehouse and all the way until reports, there could be multiple issues of data coming in. And so incident management of it is responding, tracking to all that issues, not just the pipeline, but what is in the data warehouse, what goes until what users see as well. So these data quality issues cover different ranges of issues: data anomalies, schema issues, freshness issues, anomaly trends. And incident management should cover all that aspects of it, right? And it should also cover suppressing noise. Data noise is a major issue. Just like we have in DevOps area, data noise is also a big problem. You see hundreds of tables being loaded, you will have thousands of issues coming on a daily basis. So you need to be able to triage that and respond to that. That is part of the incident management. Data observability is, to me, is kind of a first step, the step before all the incident management happens. You observe and identify the issues. You observe your response mechanisms to a anomaly issue. Your data is not refreshed, is different from a trend issue. And you need to be able to identify that problem exists via data observability. So to me, it is like a 360-degree view of the data, of everything that happens in that. For pipelines, you could have traditional methods like unit tests and CI/CD and things like that. You could do that. But some of the tools that we use, you cannot intervene at the pipeline level. For example, Fivetran or Segment, etc., do not allow you to intervene at the pipeline level. You can do it for Databricks or Spark kind of ETL, or even SQL ETLs. You could write it. So, and we use a mix of that. So you can't do that. So that is where data observability becomes important from data pipeline observability. That is slightly different. You also have to look at what is the data that is copied over and then look at it. So ability to know and respond before our users is what data observability gives us. And my Zoom screenshot says the world is always on. Let's keep it that way. Is applicable for data as well, and that is for me data observability.
For sure. I love that. There's so many sort of best practices that we take for granted for software engineering and DevOps. And it's really sort of high time that we bring it over to data. And I love your take on that. So speaking of tools and best practices, what do you actually use at PagerDuty to sort of achieve more reliable data pipelines? I'm guessing you're using PagerDuty internally as well. What else can you tell us about that?
We absolutely have to eat our own dog food, so no doubt about that. We use Snowflake as our data warehouse, and we use Fivetran, Segment, Databricks, Databricks both as an ETL tool as well as a data science tool. Definitely AWS S3. And then for data observability, we use Monte Carlo, and then PagerDuty being like a central nervous system connecting all these different platforms and systems. From tools and best practices in the data ops area, we implemented PagerDuty and Monte Carlo, and I will mention how we went about that implementation. So we kind of grouped together all data pipeline issues into one group and implemented PagerDuty on top of it. And then we use Airflow for scheduling. So then we get Airflow alerts via PagerDuty. So that goes into the data engineering team. Then we have the most critical data that we have identified through Data Observability platform. And those alerts are coming via PagerDuty, and it has a escalation policy for us. And even I get it as a third level. This covers our executive level reporting and financial reporting level data. So that covers both data engineering, business intelligence team, myself, along the hierarchy that covers that. Then we also look at BI metrics and data science metrics, which again we use as a combination of Monte Carlo and PagerDuty. Monte Carlo looking at all the different unique test cases, or even BI metrics specifically, like count of customers, count of ARR, the amount of ARR over a period of time, number of accounts which doesn't have certain features in, etc., are tracked as a part of BI metrics. That is specifically the BI analytics team and business analysts kind of monitor that, and they take action based on that. And naturally, that is the set of those 4 or 5 categories is along which we have implemented it. I pointed out earlier that reduction of data noise is important. So we use event intelligence to kind of suppress the alerts and kind of identify similar incidents, similar data incidents, and kind of and use that. So that way you are not getting, because most of the data operations, you will have multiple data, one data issue causing multiple issues together. Is a very common occurrence in data area. So that, and then similar incidents, all of them are important. So that is one good practice that we have put to reduce the kind of noise, but that is again a work in progress in that. Another best practice that we plan to implement next is using Rundeck for automation or for data use cases. So just like DevOps area where you're restarting servers and a lot of these can be automated, certain areas of data operations also can be automated. Certain pipelines can be restarted, certain data issues, common scenarios can be coded out and then say that we will redo that, or a playbook can be created for data issues. So that we are investigating and kind of working out, not yet implemented, but watch out for that.
Sounds like exciting things coming ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Manu, for taking us sort of through this whirlwind of how you think about observability, about reliability, and basically sort of really generating trusted data, right? At the end of the day, it's all about that. How do we deliver trusted data to our internal and external customers? So really great to hear your thoughts as a pioneer and leader of this space. Learned a lot today. And if you'd like to learn more, please visit the Monte Carlo booth. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Barr.